I don't know if this is right. Hello. I apologise for the incredibly boring background. The only other alternative is to film in my room, and that is just not gonna happen. My room is a bit of a mess, so we'll have to deal with here, but it's okay. Hopefully someday I'll get a few, you know, little decorations, but for now it's just me and the plain white wall. If you're watching this, Lydia, I did steal your top. I'm so sorry, but it's so cute. Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is my second video, which they call, to be fair, I didn't even think I'd make it past the first video, and here I am for a second one. Hopefully I'll post twice a week, definitely once a week. I thought in today's video I would take you through my acne journey, my self-confidence journey, because if you follow my Instagram, you'd know that I have acne. I mentioned it on my last video, and I post unfiltered pictures and show my acne and just keep everything 100% real. So if you're from my Instagram page and you don't really know about my acne journey, it might be interesting. I don't know, probably not. And if you're just stumbling across this, then it might be interesting for you to know. So yeah, that's gonna be the first bit, and then in the second half I asked you over on Instagram to send me in questions, like random questions, acne related questions, just any questions you want, and I've actually got quite a few, which is really exciting, so I'm going to be answering those. And yeah, let's get into it. I have had acne since I was about 13 years old. Like, I feel like acne is so common, but no one really talks about it, and I know I felt incredibly lonely. I felt like I was the only person on the planet to have acne, and it's also when you're surrounded by people who have clear skin and you're on social media and Instagram and everyone on there has perfectly clear skin. It was all photoshopped, but in my head that is what they looked like, and I just did not look like that, and it's actually the most awful feeling. I wouldn't go out without tons and tons of makeup on. I try and hide it, like I'd have my hair like down here so like no one could see my cheek, and it was just really bad, and I just felt so insecure, and it wasn't great. It really wasn't great. I do think social media made it worse for me. I would scroll and scroll for hours and hours on social media, looking at all these people who had like flawless skin and they had not one spot on their face, and I wanted so desperately to look like that. I was this impressionable 15-year-old girl in high school, just wanted to look like everyone else, which sounds really silly now to me because no one's perfect. Everyone has things they're insecure about, but when something's so visible on your face that you literally can't get rid of, it is really, really damaging. I photoshopped every single one of my pictures that I put on Instagram. Even if my spots weren't that visible, I would smooth out my skin and get rid of my spots, and even make me like slimmer, and I don't know, all this crap on these editing apps, which are so easy accessible. With literally one tap you can get rid of anything you want to, and that's what I did, and I did become a bit obsessed, and it made me feel even worse because then I shut Instagram, look at myself in the mirror, take my makeup off and cry because I desperately wanted to look like this version of me, and it was unattainable. I would never look like that version of me, and I just couldn't accept it in my head. Anyway, fast forward to when I was 18 on my gap year, and I would say on my gap year I was pretty much carefree, and I was 18, so I was a bit older. I didn't mind really what I looked like because every day was just so full of like things to do and hanging out with friends. I didn't really have time to focus so much on my skin. It was always in the back of my mind because it was my biggest insecurity. But I remember the second half of it is when my skin just broke out so much. I think I'll insert a picture here if I can figure out how to do that. I broke out and it was just the worst breakout I've ever had in my whole life, and it made me feel this big. I hated myself, literally hated myself. It was painful. I could not get rid of it as much as I tried, and it just made me feel so disgusting and ugly. We are taught from a very young age that acne equals ugly, and I felt like the ugliest person on the planet. And this all happened right before lockdown, so I had my massive breakout, had to come back from my gap year early, and it was lockdown. Lockdown meant that I had a lot of time to ponder my own thoughts, and I went a bit obsessed with what I look like and my skin. I hated skincare, I hated all of that because it just wasn't working for me, and as much as I tried all these different products, it just either made it worse or it just didn't help, and I was just not a confident person at all. Around summertime, I guess, is when I started to like get into skincare. I found Hiram on YouTube and followed all his recommendations. He was actually the first person who I saw who was like, acne isn't ugly, it's really normal. And I was like, wow, is he being serious? I just didn't believe it. But I watched him, got his recommendations, and then started getting into skincare. And because skincare used to be quite a toxic thing for me, I was sort of starting my skincare journey on like a clean slate. I was just sick of posting these edited pictures on my Instagram page because I was 19 at that point, and I was like, I do not look like that. I don't look like the pictures I'm posting on my Instagram, so why am I doing it? And my friend started like a fashion Instagram account, and I was like, that's really cool. I was like, I want an Instagram account. I didn't know what to do, and I was thinking in my head like, oh, I really want to post a picture of me without makeup on and without filters, because it's so, oh, that's a fly. It was something I've never even dreamed of doing in my life, but I just wanted to show my skin journey. So one random night I just posted a picture of me without makeup on, with no filters, and yeah, that's how I started my Instagram. I started it with the intention of growing my own self-confidence and also to follow my skincare journey with the intention of clearing my skin in the future. I quickly realised that my skin will never be clear as such, like completely clear, but I didn't love myself at that point yet. I still was very much insecure about my skin. And then I found the acne positivity community on Instagram, and I saw these amazing girls and boys who were posting filterless pictures in a space where everything is edited and nothing was real, and they were so real and authentic. It was incredible to me to see, and I was just like, wow, these people are so strong and amazing, and I wish I had someone like that growing up, because I felt completely alone, and these people are like incredible role models. My Instagram just grew from there. I'm so grateful that in a year and a half I'm able to help so many people be more confident in themselves, because acne is not ugly. You are so beautiful, and I hate that society and like the beauty industry makes people feel so insignificant and ugly for having acne, even though we cannot control it. Like, if no one wants it, we can't help it. But it doesn't mean we're any less beautiful than someone with clear skin. I just really don't understand that, and I'm so happy that I'm able to like help some of you figure that out and help you love yourself, because you deserve to love yourself, not spend 7 years like me completely hating the skin they're in, because it's really not worth it. And there's so much more to life than worrying about a few spots on your face. Trust me, life is so much more exciting than that. Yeah, I'm going on a bit of a rampage, but I just wanted to let you know that. Anyway, that is basically my acne journey and my Instagram story, I guess, in a nutshell. As you can see, like, I've got, I don't know if you can tell, I break out mainly on my cheeks and here, and like it's mainly on my cheeks. I mean, when I had my massive breakout, it went on my forehead, my chin, which is why I don't really get many breakouts. Most of them are actually scarring from my massive breakout 2 years ago, but I still get active spots. I'm fine with it. It really doesn't bother me anymore. I actually think it's quite cute, which I never thought I'd say that, because I always used to think they're just so ugly. But they're just not ugly, okay? I don't care what anyone says. They're not ugly. I am noticing a change in the beauty industry with their campaigning, and the models and like the use of Photoshop has gone down. There's still a long way to go, but I can definitely see a shift, and I think the beauty industry needs to be so much more authentic. We're getting there. There's still change that needs to happen, but I think it's slowly happening. So I don't really want to ramble on too much. I feel like I've been speaking for so long, so I'm just going to answer some questions which I got over on my Instagram. How do you stay confident when someone is pointing at your skin in public? Right, this is a hard one. I remember distinctively when I was in year 8 or year 9 and I was on the school bus and someone pointed at my face and said, "What is that on your face?" And I never forgot it, and it made me feel really shit about myself. Now if someone said that, I'd just be like, fuck you. But I think just know it's nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. They obviously have never been through it, so they don't know how like damaging those comments can be. It's really difficult. It says so much more about them as a person. Obviously they are suffering from some insecurity of their own. If someone can't change something in 2 seconds of you pointing it out, don't say anything. It's just rude. And it's okay for those comments to upset you, but I guess it's how you move past it. Like 99% of people will have acne at some point in their lives, so they might not have been through it yet, but one day they will, and you just need to tell yourself like and just realize how normal and common acne is, and it is not ugly. And I still don't know why people think it is and why people point it out, but yeah, you are so much better than that. The next question is how to be comfortable when a significant other is like touching your face and kissing you and you have like spots around your face. This is something again which I used to struggle with. When I started my Instagram page, I was talking to my now boyfriend at the time. We weren't together, but we were speaking. I thought that if he saw my Instagram page and saw my acne, he would think I was gross and would never speak to me again. That was just not true. In fact, I think it made him love me even more. And sometimes when I break out now around here, I'm like to him, don't kiss me, or don't go near me, it's so gross, like you don't want to do that. And he literally looks at me, he's like, shut up. He's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, I don't care, they're just spots. And I think that is a really important thing to remember. If you are with the right person, they will not give two about your spots. And I promise you that. Like, the right person will love you unconditionally, and will love you for like who you are, not for what is on your face. If you're the one feeling like a bit weird about it, like you don't really want them like touching you because of like whatever reason, like it might hurt, like they might be painful and stuff, you can just tell them. I'm sure they'll definitely understand, and they would probably reassure you and say that it really is fine, and they'll like comfort you in that. The right person will love you unconditionally and literally won't even get. The next question is also boyfriend related. It says, has your acne ever affected you so much that you didn't want to see your boyfriend? I can't say it has. In the past, like before my boyfriend, I used to just never want to talk to boys or see boys because I was just really insecure, and it did affect like my confidence then. But with my boyfriend now, I met him at a stage in my life where I started accepting myself, so it's never been like that much of an issue seeing him, and he really doesn't care, so it makes it so much easier. Like, yeah, he just doesn't care about my acne at all, which is great, because then I don't care. I don't even think about it when I'm with him. It just doesn't even cross my mind because he really doesn't care. This is a random one. It says, what's your favourite sport? Like, what do you do when you want to stay active? So like 2 years ago I went through a running phase, and it was a phase. I mean, I got all the gear, got like the cute little water bottle, and I ran like 5Ks, and I just can't run anymore. Like, once I ran and I literally passed out. It happened like twice, and I'm a bit scared to run now, so running is off the cards. I still don't know why it is, but I've got like, it's not a fear of running, but I just would rather just not run for now until I know why I like pass out when I run. But I've got a dog, so I love walking. Like, I don't drive. I mean, I'm 21 and I don't drive. Oops, I'm scared of driving. Anyway, that's a different story. But I walk my dog literally everywhere. I have my first crush, and I think he likes me, but I can't tell. Do you have any advice on boys? My motto is, if you think he has a crush on you, ask him. What's the worst that can happen? And I'll tell you something. I found my boyfriend through like a mutual friend, and I messaged him first. And if I didn't message him first, like, we would never be together, because I thought he looked cute, like he looked like a nice boy. So I just messaged him because he didn't know who I was, so I kind of had to. And if you think he has a crush on you, more than likely he probably does. And if you've got a crush on him and you think he's got a crush on you, maybe just bring it up, like maybe casually bring it up. The worst thing that could happen is neither of you say anything, and you just never know. And I think not knowing is worse than knowing and it not going the way you planned. Like, you'd rather say something, you'd rather talk about it, and him being like, oh, I'd rather just be friends. And then you at least know where you stand. But if neither of you say anything and you just carry on life, like never knowing, like it could have turned into something more. Like, you could have gone out and had a beautiful relationship and you never would have known. So I think just say something, really. What's the worst that can happen? My motto now, I used to literally never think like that, but now I'm all about just do it, because you don't want to have any regret going forward. And how cute would that be? Let me know how it goes. Someone's asking for concealer foundation recommendations. So I don't really wear foundation. When I do, I steal my sister's foundation. Just like I'll steal her clothes. No, but I've actually been loving the Too Faced concealers. I forgot what they're called. That's really bad. I'll put it on the screen. I basically just use it under my eyes. Gets rid of your dark circles, and it's a great concealer. The Too Faced one. Or, I know that's a bit spenny and it's always out of stock, so the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer is so good, and also the Revolution concealer is really good. That's 3, which I absolutely love using. There's a lot of questions about acceptance and like how to accept the skin you're in. I think it's difficult. I think just getting rid of all the negative terms that are associated with the acne in your head and turning them into like positive terms. So instead of thinking my acne is ugly and gross, I think having acne has made me into such a strong, confident person that I never thought I'd be. Like, having acne has taught me so much about skincare, and it's given me passions and hobbies, and my scars look cute in like the way they're lined, and literally anything you want to do, just turn it around and find something positive about it instead of focusing on the negatives about it. Just try and go out without any makeup on, just free face, like barefaced, and just watch how no one cares. No one will care. You'll go out and you might feel self-conscious. Like, I felt really self-conscious going out with no makeup on the first few times I did it. Or even do what I did and do your makeup, but just like leave your spots like on show. And it's just a way that to just accept them, and they don't have to define you. Like, if you want to cover them up, that's like absolutely okay. Just know that they're not ugly, and it doesn't make you ugly. You are just as beautiful with spots as you would be without them, and just remember that. And I'm gonna end this soon because I've been chatting for a long time. There's a few questions about what I study and stuff. So I've just finished 2nd year uni and I study broadcast journalism, which is fun. Like, I do really enjoy it. I don't really know what I'm going to do after uni. I'm not really a planner. I sort of like going with the flow, so I guess whatever happens will be the right thing for me. And the last question I answer is, someone said like, what do you do when you get a breakout? So I like to use pimple patches, the zit sticker ones. Pimple patches are really good at reducing a pimple without leaving marks and scars and stuff, which is really good. But there are loads of skincare which, let me show you. When I get a breakout, these 2 are my favourite things to use. So, on like a fresh breakout, I like using this. The Clear Starts Breakout Clearing. Hello! This is so good at reducing the size of a pimple. I use this and literally the next day it goes down so much, and then once that pimple has reduced in size and it leaves, let's say, like a little mark, I go in with the Dermalogica's Post Breakout Fix. This is really good for reducing hyperpigmentation, redness, scarring, all that jazz. And that is really good too. They're both Dermalogica Clear Starts. And yeah, these two are my favourite little duo. Literally life-changing. And that's basically what I use. So yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling for a long time and I bet no one's watching now. But if you are, then thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was a bit interesting. I know, a little get to know me, little acne journey. I hope you enjoyed, and if I've not mentioned it enough times already, then I'll just mention it one more. You are beautiful, even with acne, even with scarring, even with anything you have that you're insecure about. It doesn't define you. You are beautiful regardless, and I love you, and I hope you have the most amazing day and rest of the week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!